9 a.m. I cleaned up the kitchen. I ate. I haven't slept. I've been going over this recent shit that has me dumbfounded. I've been just playing it over in my head. I slept 8 to 11 and then never went back to bed. Now it's 9 a.m. Here was the dishwasher and I cleaned up the kitchen. I gotta get my broth today. Of course, save all those veggies, because, that's how I get every fucking cent worth of my organic veggies. I get everything out of them. My expensive organic veggies. So when I told Miss C, and I shared it with her, told her about it and sent it to her via email so she could see, that how Trouble had said, and see about, oh, that's really nice that you thank, the church was so good, I agree, so good to you and your mom, and that's so nice that you thanked her and etc. and hugged her and said whatever, but I do have to point out, and my aside is, because you always have to point out every fucking little thing, and what C said instantly is, yeah, she has to make a negative out of a positive. I do have to point out that for somebody who expects, wants, or demands for other people to accept or tolerate their lifestyle choices and this, that, or whatever, you're quick to judge other people. See, okay? So there's your example. I'm saying all this nice stuff, but she's going to have to get in the dig, okay? Now, I'm going to give you another example. And again, did any of these things ever, even the worst one, which was years ago when she's fucking getting all up in my, I was very enraged, but it still wouldn't cause me to not be your friend or whatnot. It's none of your fucking business. If my mom wants to pay me back for the $500 locks, there were things you just keep your mouth shut. Remember, Miss C was just getting to know me then, and to my recollection, this wasn't something I told her. This is something she brought. I think she might have brought something up with me, like, who is that was saying that, blah, 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 whatever, and I'm like, well, that's actually my friend. Oh. Okay, and I'll get to the importance of that in a moment. I remember something really about C noticing how Trouble talks to me and whatnot, and she has no right. She has no right to be saying shit like that to me. It's none of her fucking business if my mom wants to give me money, or if I'm here not paying rent. I'm not in a financial, but because Missy said, you can think stuff, but there's things as a friend that you just keep your fucking mouth shut about. And anything having to do with money or my living situation or whatnot is off topic, period, if you're my friend, okay? It's none of your goddamn fucking business, and Selena agrees with me 100%, okay? None of your business. There's no back and forth exchange. There's no you trying to convince me of your point of view. It's none of your fucking business, period, okay? Believe me, even in emails, there are certain things that I would, just she would not let go, Trouble. Not let go, trying to convince me to her point of view regarding what I'm doing in my own life, mind you, okay? What I'm doing in my own life, not doing drugs or burning up buildings or something, you know what I mean? But she's gonna just get on my case, and that's why she always says, well, like she said to Bunch Bark, we try to help her, but she'll never listen. No, actually, I've thanked you for your advice. I've thanked you for your friendship periodically over the years, and I have listened to you regarding certain things, but you think I should listen to you regarding everything, and that's just an arrogant fucking attitude to have, for anyone to have, okay? It's my fucking life. It's my mistakes to make. You notice how she had to point out to Bunch Marketing, you know, that I should have listened to him, and now look what happened. And we could see it coming, Bunch Marketing, you know, but she just refuses to listen, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You know, fuck you. And I saw it, and I wanted to tell her, but so often she'll jump down your throat if you disagree with her, or tell her what's best for her to do. Exactly that. Fuck you again. Okay? I learned my lesson regarding that. I learned my lesson the hard way, and you were better off to butt out. As you know, you were better off. It's better that I learned things for myself. Because there's no fucking way if you had warned me about Stoney, Colin, and Phil, I was going to listen. You're right. That doesn't make me stupid. They were nice to me, you know? And she writes shit like to Bunch Marketing, you know. But she's just going to, you tried to warn her, but she's just going to do what she wants to do and believe what she wants to believe. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, you know? Patronizing, condescending. All wrapped up in, you know, I followed Laura for many, many years and been there to support her and carrying this, that, or whatever. And let me tell you about this, okay? Her saying all that to Bunch Marketing, not a big deal in my eyes. Her saying similar types of shit and worse to my fucking enemy, that's it. End of friendship. But because it tells me instantly how she really feels. You don't do that. Nobody who's your friend would do that regarding that vicious... the fact that she even replied back to him regarding that vicious of a comment he posted. As in, she read the whole thing and chose to reply back to him instead of telling him off. Number one. And number two, she replied back to him talking shit about me. But she's going to tout herself as someone who cares about me. And, I mean, it just... upsetting me. Anyway... let me tell you about this recent thing. Again, let me stress, all these fucking things, they've irritated me, why not? Just like she says I irritate her because I rant when I reply back to her and blah, 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 other things, she's negative things she said, okay, whatever. Yeah. Regarding certain things that when you've crossed the line, or just the recent thing, she didn't cross the line, it's that she's saying X, Y, and Z, I disagree with her, and I reply back, and what you wrote is irrelevant, has no bearing on my statement. Yeah, because you're the queen, and how dare I say anything? You want your comment to stand on its own and me to keep my little mouth shut. That's what you're secretly thinking. It's arrogant even to say, you know, Laura never and she said it to Bunch Marketing, and now she said it to my enemy. You know, and Laura just doesn't listen. You know, we try to give her good advice, and she just doesn't listen. And she if she doesn't like what she's hearing, she's combative with you and snaps back at you. Oh, whatever. And I've noticed over the years, all these people she's caused she's pushed away. Yeah, list them. They couldn't have been that important to me if I don't know who they are, you know. But fuck you. Anyway, recently, I was telling you guys all about how my mom and I had this great day. I'd taken her, you know, she's not going to have these days by herself. We'd gone to the movies, we'd gone out to eat, etc., blah, blah, blah. I had a nice time, okay. Trouble's going to write a comment. Oh, you know, that's really great. That, again, have to get the dig in, though. That's really great, Laura, that you did that, blah, 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 whatever. You know, I've noticed your feet, you know, your feet aren't looking that great, you know, and you love to show them off. What would really be good, I think, is if you and your mom, wouldn't it be great if you set up double pedicures for yourselves? Again, as I've told you, she never pays me any compliments regarding anything, okay? But she's going to point out that. And is there really any need for her to point out that? No, but she's going to do it anyway, right? And she can't deny it. You can go find the comment. It's right there. That's really great. You had such a good time with your mom, and that's wonderful. You know, I've noticed that your feet aren't looking good, and you love to show them off, so it would be great if you guys wouldn't it be great if you went and got a pedicure with your mom? Whatever. Is that going to piss me off, her doing that? No. But it all adds up. it all added up to the second recent thing, which was her acting like it's meanwhile I don't even fucking care if I'm just trying to warn these guys that it's stupid to do blah blah whatever, but it's not like I can't believe they do my female sensibilities, I saw her dick, you know, but no. But she's gonna be like, in my opinion, you know, it's you can hardly blame these guys for thinking that's what you want. You know, since Frankie the dick pic does that all the, and you know she doesn't want to outright say, she's not going to outright put me down over this or that or Frankie. She's just going to do it like in a passive aggressive manner. You can hardly blame these guys for thinking that's what you want, Laura. Well, how can you expect them to know any different when, you know, whatever. She has a right to say that, but I have a right to reply. And then I reply, and instead of dropping it, she's like, your comment had no bearing on was irrelevant, negating me. Was irrelevant, had no bearing on my statement. Oh, fuck you. Now, what I found out last night gets even more interesting. Karen remembers shit that I don't remember. Karen wrote to me, she's like, I remember way back when that I warned you about trouble because I didn't like how she was talking to you. I don't remember this, but Karen does, and I believe it because Selena, all years later, was I remember Selena doing the same thing. And Karen wrote that, and she's like, and then you went and told me, well, she's my friend, so I dropped it. Isn't that interesting? Okay? That someone brand new who had become a brand new friend noticed and didn't like how Trouble was talking to me in comments or whatever, you know? I find that very interesting, particularly since I know that Trouble thinks she can do no wrong, and even if she thinks she can do no wrong, and if she's speaking the truth, then that's because Parker Armstrong, who apparently was also stony, when Trouble was writing to me something about, you know, or right into bunch marketing, you're trying to help this woman and she's just not comprehending, just basically an insult, you know, but all in the name of I care about her, whatever. And then Parker Armstrong said ouch to that. And Trouble goes, no ouch involved here, okay? This is not an insult to her, it's the truth. So as long as it's the truth, you're allowed to insult people, apparently, in Trouble's eyes, right? Because that was an insult. Parker Armstrong, even though he was an instigator and actually wound up, he's one of Stoney's characters, I only found out very recently, but regardless, because this was quite some time ago, months ago, but regardless, you know, it's like, so it doesn't matter if it's an insult to me as long as it's, in her eyes, the truth, apparently, because you can read it. I put it now right in the description so you can read it, what she said to me. Okay? And then Parker Armstrong wrote, ouch. No ouch involved. This is not meant to be an insult. It's the truth about her. She doesn't listen. She blah, 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 okay? And then she goes on to do her little friend thing. And you shoo now. No one's going to be playing with you either. And go away. I need to protect my friend Laura. Yeah. Flash forward to 2 nights ago. And False Alarmist writes the most derogatory thing, including calling me an ugly crone and other stuff that I never would have read this comment. Remember, I was never going to read his comment again, but when I see my so-called friend has replied back to him directly, I said, I don't know how long you've been watching her, but sadly, this is true, that she never listens and she does this and oh my God. I don't even care if you agree with something my enemy posts. You don't reply back as my friend, but the things he wrote, and she replied, not only replied back to him, but replied back to him talking shit about me, and she calls herself my friend. It's mind-blowing to me. It's mind-blowing. Mind-blowing. It's mind-blowing. mind-blowing to me. And Selena says you gotta get over it. See, Selena's like a mother hen. She's tearing into trouble. She doesn't know anything about trouble, but she's just surmising how trouble must be based on the comments or whatnot, and she's ripping into trouble because how dare Trouble call herself my friend and reply to such a degrading to me comment posted by my known enemy. Posted by my known enemy directly to Trouble. Do you understand that he pounds because he pounds as if he sees any type of whatever. And he writes things like, you know, I thought it was only, you know, if he thinks whatever, and then she's like, yeah, Sally, and she directly, I don't know how long you've been following her, but I've known her for years, and I've watched her repel people. Oh my God, how dare you call yourself my friend and reply to what he's written? Talk to him directly like you haven't been my friend for fucking years. Like I haven't cried on your shoulder. Like I haven't thanked you repeatedly for your help and mostly just your support when I'm crying over my aunt and everything, when you totally agree with me how Auntie treated me and that my cousin treated me, and you're gonna reply back to that fucking cruel motherfucking troll who revels in seeing me in pain, who's loving every fucking minute of this. How could you do that to me? Me Trouble, and call yourself my friend. But she's right when she wrote that she has been my supporter. She has been there for me, and she's gonna go and do that. Like Selena said, if she's a real friend and she has problems with you, she doesn't write to your enemy who's just posted one of the most degrading put-downs of you or whatnot. She talks to you face to face. She has it out with you if whatever. She doesn't do what she did, then call herself your friend. Period. Period. There's no getting around it. And the fact that she did it, and the fact that it's always been a one-sided friendship because she didn't want it to be more. She doesn't want me to have she's not shared anything personal about herself with me or reached out for my help or my support or my whatever. It's a not one-sided thing. And the fact that she followed me for years with the Donald Hope thing. When she finally came forward and reached out to me in friendship, you know what she told me? When she confessed, I'm like, you followed me for years and never even posted a comment, never even reached out at all. She's like, no, I didn't think I could help. There's your answer right there. She came forward because she thought she could help, but when she doesn't feel like I'm willing to accept her help, then she can't stand it secretly. But, you know, and she basically, in so many words, but not outright, because she prides herself on being, she's going to not ever lose her cool like I do or whatnot, and she's just going to be calm, cool, collected, but secretly, you know, I told you so, or thinking how stupid I am for doing this or that, and not listening to her, or whatever, you know? I told you guys you'd never fucking see me cry on video again. So you're not seeing me. I'm not breaking it. You're not seeing me. Like I said, my friend Karen is I don't think she would care. It's a big deal. Lots of people, if I say she's religious, but whatever. She's never been condescending and patronizing to me. She's been nothing but, she's complimented me, told me I was a good writer, good singer, this, that, or whatever. She's just lifted me to the heavens, okay? And no, she does not approve of but she doesn't do it, and she does it, I know she doesn't approve of, but it's not in a patronizing, condescending, or she doesn't approve of the dancing and the towel videos or whatnot, because she doesn't want these men to view me as whatever. But she has to understand that I have a lot of different sides, and I'm all messed up inside, and doing those kind of sexual videos or whatnot feeds something in me, and I love the male attention, and you know, so. But like she wrote in a comment, you can offer your advice to your friend, but they don't have to take it, and you don't make them feel bad for not taking it. That's the thing. You don't make them feel bad or stupid for not taking your advice. You know, you don't go around thinking you know best when it comes to someone else's life. Bottom line is, I've thought this before any of this happened. What the hell is trouble getting out of this when it's a one-sided, this friendship? I'm not saying what is she getting out of watching my videos. Remember, she did that for years and never even made herself known to me, okay? But what is she getting out of this so-called friendship if it's one-sided? I've thought about that. You know, I've thought about that. And then when she does certain things or whatnot, all the while insisting that she cares so much about me and is a good, supportive friend and blah, blah, whatever. That's why I guess Selena's just calling her a phony. Meanwhile, I'm sitting here in shock, bewilderment, pain, whatever. Remember when I first saw she'd written back to him and talked to him directly, it was bad enough. I had no idea. I just deleted the comment without reading. I had no idea what it said. Then I go in and find out exactly what the nature of that comment was, what it said, and instead of either ignoring him or telling him off or saying such things about her, so her friend, who she prides herself on being, she replied to that. She replied back and talked shit about me to boot. To my known enemy. And if I didn't have Selena and Karen in my life, it'd be just like with Hope and Donald. I didn't have other people in my life until I did YouTube, and they would just make it out that anything I get upset about, I'm crazy. No. Donald had told Hope, don't feed Homer any, I'm watching him, I'm not saying anything, don't feed Homer any more jalapeno potato chips. And Donald said it, and he put his foot down, and she continued to do it, and we were all drinking wine, and I got upset at some point, and then she ripped into me, you know. Meanwhile, she went back and forth from being really good to me and being my friend, you know, above and beyond me staying there for free. But that doesn't mean it doesn't mean you get to treat me like a doormat, you know. And the jalapeno potato chips are only one example. I was constantly negated. I'm concerned, justifiably, you should be too. Homer's eating the stuffing in the chair, and you tape up it, and then he's eating the tape and you know, and you don't even care. And that's just one example. Not only do you not care, but you negate me for caring. You belittle me for caring. Imagine you had a kid, Laura. Imagine you had a kid. Oh, Laura, you're making a big deal out of nothing, and etc., etc., etc. You think that was the only thing? Donald he acts like he loves that dog so much, but he didn't protect him. Donald had something set up in the bedroom upstairs. I only found this out after the fact, because to block the light, okay? Because remember, he stayed up all night, sleeps all day. That's what he does. I'm sure he's still doing it now if he eats a lot, okay? And I heard this horrible crash. And I ran upstairs. Remember, I was sleeping on the couch. I ran upstairs. And I also heard dumb dog or get out of the, or whatever. Or whatever it was. The thing had fallen down, could have easily fallen on poor Omar. But then I come to find out, because remember, I'm not, Donald's not my boyfriend anymore. This when I'm sleeping under their good graces on the couch, went up it. And Donald confessed to me, just like later when he had confessed that he, even though I had begged him to not do it when I was his girlfriend. Now he's not he walked through the alley at night with Omar, and little pugs are valuable, purebred pugs. Someone could have, and he thinks he's invincible. Someone with a gun or a knife, that's it. But he'd go when he was drunk and walk Omar through the alley, and if I found this out accidentally, and then I'm getting upset. Oh, Laura, there's not a man alive who put up with you. You know. But anyway, I found out that what had happened, Donald's not proactive. He's not going to fix the situation. What had just happened with that thing, that heavy thing that Donald had in his window, whatever it was, it nearly fell on Omar, apparently. It had nearly fallen on Omar before, because Donald said, Donald said, this has fallen down before, Negated. We've troubles that she did that. Cannot believe it. I'm telling you, if it weren't for Selena and Karen, I'd be plunged in the twilight zone. It'd be like I'd have no one to stick up for me, and trouble would be just being like, under those circumstances, I probably would just, if I only had her, I would smother down and remember all the good things, just let it go. I don't know what would happen, actually. But the fact is that Selena instantly was on my side. I didn't have to convince her of anything. And then I don't talk to Karen on the phone, but I sent Karen emails, and then I found out Karen was still following my videos. Like I said, she goes months and months without even following my videos or emailing me or anything. She's very, very busy. But like she wrote in a comment or wrote to me in an email, I don't know, I think she wrote that she likes to check in on me from time to time. But regardless, imagine if I didn't have those two and I only had trouble. She would be like, you're overreacting, Laura, or whatever, It's like, she'd make it like it's no big deal that False Limits wrote that to me, and she wrote back to him talking shit about me. Yet she's been my confidant. You guys think I tell you everything publicly? No. There are things that I don't talk about, that I only talk about with Selena in trouble, There are certain things I don't say regarding, Auntie or something, because Auntie might decide to watch my video, Auntie and I now are pseudo-friends. And that's all for the best when it comes to my poor mother, And you who think that I don't listen, no, there are certain things that I get upset about, or I might not specifically do what you want me to, but I do think about things. And my mom and I have been getting along, better. And I'm not yelling. And just now I had a reason to yell. I only was up. It was only chance that I'm up. She took Omar out and then went back to bed with the door wide open. And I'm like, I said something to her, but I'm not yelling. I'm just like, Mom, you can't do that. You can't just... go back to bed and you, I'm asleep and you're asleep and the front door's wide open. It has nothing to do with electricity or money either, and it has to do with and then I would wake up, and that if I woke up before, I'd freak the fuck out, you know. I don't yell. And also, someone pointed out before, maybe it was Stone, I don't know who it was. I forget. That it was wrong of me, and you're right, it was, and I don't do that anymore. If I'm creating a video, my mom talks to me through the door and interrupts me or whatnot, I'm not gonna, snap at her. So I have learned to be better and whatnot. So it's not like I think I'm right about everything. But my God, first, like I said, it's a rant if you say stuff that I disagree with, and I'm not allowed to be myself and say how I feel, because in your eyes I'm ranting, or I'm being insulting towards you. I mean, it's just bullshit. It's just such bullshit. But regardless, if you feel that way, you don't say the shit you said to my known enemy and call yourself my friend. And there's no coming back from this. And the reason there's no coming back from this, because think about it, people, it was a one-sided friendship all along. This is not a case where Trouble and I are best buddies and we can hash it out and make up and whatnot. No. Like Selena said, move on, next, whatnot. She showed her true colors. She didn't even ignore the fucking bastard, let alone defend me. No. Because Selena didn't write back to him either and say, what are you talking shit about my friend for? Whatever, I don't expect you to. It's better to ignore him. Trouble didn't even do that much. She replied back to him, and in the reply to him, talk shit about me. Because she's screwed. She's fucking screwed up. That she needs to latch on to anybody, even my fucking enemy, if it's supporting her truth, her case, her whatever. That, unreal. You don't do that if you call yourself my friend. You can do it as long as you don't call yourself my friend, but you don't pull that shit and call yourself my friend, period. What False Columbus wrote to Selena, Of course, because False Columbus just thinks I'm just fucking scum, I'm nothing, I should listen to my friends because I'm lucky to have them, and because he writes it, you can read it, it's like, here you are trying to, you have good things to advise, and she just won't listen. Unreal. Okay? But that was regarding my mom and the dog, and Selena wasn't dropping it even when I was saying X, Y, and Z, so yeah, I did get a little testy with her. But she and I are real friends, and we can hash it out. I have pissed her off. She has pissed me off. I have pissed her off before, and I apologized, It's like, there's certain things, like Trouble says, you're not willing. That's why you've turned everybody. But oh my God. She writes stuff. I just can't believe it. I'm in shock. I'm in shock, people. Selena understands. Karen understands that I'm in shock because this is somebody who's been my friend and supporter and intimate confidant for fucking years. It's not like I ever wrote to her. Let's just suppose this would be the equivalent to me. This is the equivalent of what she did by replying back to that horrible comment that false alarmist had written. This would be the equivalent of me sending her an email. You know what, Trouble? You are a fucking bitch. I can't believe how you do. No, I've never done anything like that. I never would. To me, what she did in replying to all the horrible things he had said in that comment is equivalent to me emailing her, who's been my friend for years, and saying you fucking bitch to her and stuff like that. But I would never do that. I cannot believe she wrote back to him and talked shit about me. I cannot believe it. I just cannot believe it. It makes me believe, and I'm sure it makes Selena and Karen believe too, that Trouble never really cared about me. She just liked to consider herself a good, caring person, to be friends with the likes of me, and to whatever. Like she wrote, I'm sitting there thanking her, or saying, and in the comment I said, I never expected any of you, I'm really grateful for your friendship. I didn't expect it. And of course she's gonna write, well, just because someone's a self-repellent and et cetera, doesn't mean you can't be a nice, kind person and have compassion and humanity. And fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you, fuck you. Even then, she couldn't just say, thank you, Laura. Thank you for saying you were grateful for my friendship. No, she had to turn it around. I'm done with her. I told Stoney, who Karen doesn't have to worry. He's not my fucking friend. I don't view him as a friend. Not even remotely. I will never trust him and his various characters, any of them again. So, believe me, my eyes are wide open. I think it's so telling, and just so that this person who's called herself my friend has actually been there for me. That's the thing. Caring and supportive and this, that, or whatever. And now she's gone and hurt me more than anything any of Stoney's various characters, and Stoney and Justin and Phil could have ever done to hurt me. Remember, I was hurt by those people. Come to find out many months later, it was the same fucking person. That was mind-blowing in of itself. Even Bunch Marketing didn't suspect that. He would have told me when he could have told me everything else. He didn't tell me that, he didn't warn me, he didn't warn me at all. I guess he was caught off guard too. If he knows now, he didn't warn me that, they could actually be one person, Laura. He told me about everything else. I learned about Googling reverse image search, all this crap. But he definitely didn't say anything about them being the same person. I think that was just, I don't think anybody suspected that much. I really don't. This guy, whoever he is, was so good, and they would argue back and forth, Stoney calling Phil, and they would apologize simultaneously to me when they had all gotten off on me. But they'd gotten mad at me regarding how they felt that I wasn't, treating my mom correctly. So I can forgive her for that. And then Colin wrote, my mom taught me that having a mental illness is like cancer. They did all kinds of shit that caused me to view them as my friends. And even when I got all upset, Colin came to me and begged me. He's like, Stoney really is all upset. Please forgive Stoney. He's all upset that you're mad at him. Okay? when all that happened, no. I'm a forgiving person. Selena was saying, why are you having anything to do with them after? I'm like, they apologized. Calling, I told Selena, I was talking to her at the supermarket for a couple hours, and she's like, I don't understand. I'm like, Selena, so Trouble's right, I wasn't going to listen, okay? And that is when Budge Marketing came forward, and no, I'm not going to listen. These men have been my friends and been pretty much mostly nice to me. You know, they've been nice to me for months. I'm not going to listen to you. And now recently, yeah, they upset me, but they apologized. And Stoney, Colin came to me and told me that Stoney's really, really upset and wants me to forgive him. But it doesn't make me stupid, because it doesn't make me stupid. Bunch Marketing he's out of the blue. I don't know him from Adam. Why am I going to listen to him? But just the fact that Trouble's gonna, in so many words, she didn't say stupid, but you can read the comment on what she wrote, you know, here you are, and she's just gonna believe what she wants to believe, and you're trying to help, and you're so nice to do that, you know. Trouble just views me as whatever. She won't confess it because she wants to view herself as a good person, to put up with the likes of me, etc. But she's always quick to say, you know, she'll jump down my throat about every little thing and make the little digs, of course, but other people think, oh my God, you're so lucky to have your mom's church friend, and Bunch Marketing was so nice to come forward. You tried to tell this woman, and, you know, Laura's, but believe me, I know, I wasn't going to, I suspected too, but I wasn't going to say anything because she's not going to listen to us, even though, oh my God, go fuck yourself. Patronizing, condescending, pretentious, like you know best regarding everything in my life, like you're gonna, in a backhanded way, put me down because you're right. But Selena won't do that. Selena said the same damn thing to me. She's like, but she dropped it, and she's not gonna make me feel like shit over it, even though it didn't turn out, you know, it turned out exactly as, and she's not gonna do shit like Trouble does. But Selena definitely is going to speak her mind, of course, and I wouldn't get upset with her about it. We talked on the phone. She says, I don't understand why you're trusting that. And I explained to her why. I explained to her that I wasn't going to have anything more to do with them, but Colin came and told me that Stoney was all upset, and he's sorry, and he'd want you to forgive him, you know. And we had to agree to disagree, because Selena was, but she's gonna drop it. She understands, just like, you know, we've all had, but Trouble's gonna point out, yeah, that, you know, in so many words that she just won't listen to us, and she's so blah 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 whatever, you know. And here you were just trying to help her, and you didn't want. That's so rare on the internet. I didn't know him from Adam. I didn't know him from Adam. Why am I going to trust him when he's talking smack about my friends? It's called loyalty. I didn't know him. See? I wouldn't even allow, Trouble, let's juxtapose that. I wouldn't allow my good friend Selena to talk shit about the Stoney, Colin, and Phil. Okay? I told them they're my friends, but I didn't get mad at her. I'm just like, you know, don't, and Trouble's going to reply back to False Alarm as my known enemy, and he had written that horrible comment, and she's going to reply back. She calls herself my friend. See? Juxtapose these things. It's called loyalty, you know? Obviously, in the end, I got burned, but Stoney's going to say he's sorry, and so when he sends Colin to me to say, please forgive Stoney. He doesn't want you mad at him. These are my friends. I'm not going to hold a grudge. I'm going to forgive them. You know? Until, of course, they went and viciously tore me apart. And then, you know, Trouble has to come through with you know, I noticed you posted that comment, Bunch Marketing, but she refused to listen, because that's what she always does. We know best, and she never listens to us, and whatever. And here you were just trying to help her. I didn't know him from Adam. I didn't know him from Adam. Why would I listen to him? That doesn't make me foolish. As far as I'm concerned, I wasn't foolish to trust Tony, Colin, and Phil either, because they were very nice to me. But regardless, I learned my lesson, and that's that. And I just find it so interesting that I wouldn't let Selena say bad things about my friends, Tony, Colin, and Phil. And meanwhile, Trouble, who's been my friend for fucking years, an intimate confidant and whatnot, I've shared things with her that I don't say publicly out at YouTube, and she is going to allow false homage to say that, and instead of defending me or saying nothing back and ignoring him, she's going to reply back and talk shit about me. Unreal. 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 And I 100% will acknowledge that Karen is right. I should not be having a back and forth with Stoney. You're right. She's right. I'll admit it. It's just like you can have a friend that admits they shouldn't date a bad boy or something, but they can say, you're right, I shouldn't do it, but they're still going to do what they want. I guess that's my best analogy. You know? I recognize that I should just cut off all ties. I shouldn't have any back and forth with Stoney. And yet I'm going to continue doing it probably unless he just, whatever. He'll grow tired of it and go away. But I don't let him, I call him an asshole. I don't let him talk shit about me and get away with it. I defend myself. But, I mean, technically Karen's right. She's right about that. But the dancing, towel, sexual, no, I'll never stop doing those. I will never stop doing those. They feed a need in me, and I will never stop doing them, no matter who advises me against it or whatnot, I'll never stop doing those. So yeah, I know she's right. I shouldn't be having any of the things he's done to me and the way he talks. I shouldn't do it. So that's on me, It's just like Miss C was saying, that I shouldn't go to that fetish photographer, go to his place like that. But she's saying it because she's worried. She thinks something might happen to me. And even when I said, well, he's on Facebook, and he says he has people writing to him, and this, that, whatever, and I talked to him for hours on the phone, and even New Year's Eve, there were people, I guess it must be an apartment he lives in, he's like, there were people in the hallway saying his name and saying, hey, have a great whatever, so. But in the end, this shit happened with the guy that scared me and plunged me backwards, and now I'm just more afraid than ever, so. Oh no. God, I thought I was in pain over the fucking Stony Colin Phil fiasco. That's nothing compared to this betrayal by my long-time friend, confidant, intimate, whatever, just nothing. Nothing compared to this pain. You guys know I was in pain over the $1 but they were just recent pseudo-friends. It's not the same as this trouble. My God, she was there, and I was crying on her shoulder when I was all alone in that place. Bobby had screwed me over. The whole house is empty, and I'm in that room all by myself, and wondering if the landlord's gonna pull some shit or whatever. Having no means to escape because I cannot, would never dream I would fucking die if anything. This landlord, he can come in there. If I couldn't leave Omar, I would never ever leave Omar. So how am I supposed to go and arrange to get out of there, arrange for moving or do anything when I have to protect Omar? There's no way in hell I would ever leave my dog in there. I wouldn't trust that man not to fucking kill Omar. This meant I couldn't leave the house, period. I was trapped, and you guys know what eventually happened. My mom miraculously was released from that fucking hospital she was in. That was just chance. I mean, I don't know what I was gonna do. And so I spent a whole day getting my Omar here to safety. And once my Omar's here to safety, I can do whatever. I can leave the house. I can go to the store. I can do whatever. I could do anything when I had Omar. I was like a sitting duck there, you know. But anyway, trouble was there for me and there for me, there for me. And this recent thing, she read what he wrote, even stuff that I don't know what he wrote, because again, I hadn't read it, and then I found it, and once I saw she replied, I went and found I had deleted it without reading it, and I found it, and I'm like, oh my God. I was already upset that she had replied at all, but when I saw what he had written, and she replied back to that, no. Like hope so good to me sometimes, and then just turns on me for no reason. I didn't have YouTube back then. I met you like on YouTube, and they agree with me. Hope shouldn't be feeding Omar so many chips. Omar doesn't need to have chips. I'm not wrong in being upset as you refuse to stop feeding him so many chips. One night she had a giant bag of potato chips, and she's up, and then I learned my lesson from the jalapeno. But remember, I can't say one word to her, but she had a giant bag of potato chips. And I heard her upstairs in her bedroom. You've had enough, Prita. You've had enough. And then she winds up, you know she's fed him a shitload, because she comes down and she's like, you know, the dog ate most of them. And I saw the bag of chips she had, the empty bag of what she fed Omar tons of potato chips. Nothing I could do. I had to keep my pretty little mouth shut because I'd already learned my lesson. That night that I'm curled up in the fetal position in the upstairs bathroom, crying my eyes out, listening to Donald say to his mom, just throw her out, Mom, just throw her out, because he loved any kind of, and I'm just like, false alarmist now pounces on any conflict between me and my friends online that he notices. Well, Donald loved any kind of conflict between me and his mother. He pounced. Same fucking thing. Twilight Zone. I'm negated, and I'm just like being ridiculous and whatnot for being concerned about my dog. That's Twilight Zone. That is just Twilight Zone. And then I experienced it, and I had them both ganging up on me constantly. Real. Another thing that's unreal is what's going on in this presidential, campaign or what, and all the it's just getting so fucking ridiculous, so low. Cruz and Trump going after each other's wives, and just, it's so weird. It's just never happened in the history of this, of people running for president. And it's getting so ugly. It's laughable. It's being dragged. It's just in the gutter, completely. There was another terror attack in Iraq. ISIS taking, saying that they're responsible for that. They're taking credit for that. Of course, we here in Massachusetts are gonna, we know everyone's gonna be on high alert for the Boston Marathon. In light of the recent terror attacks,